what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Tequila Talks, your friend Tequila Bay. Tonight, we're gonna be drinking Tequila Don Julio. So when I sit down to record some Tequila Talks, we typically knock out a couple different segments, a couple different tequilas, and that Tequila Ocho caught me completely by surprise. I think it's because I didn't really eat today, but I think this is gonna be a much more laid back video. I'm a little bit loose off the tequila. And we're gonna start with Don Julio. We're gonna talk about what makes Don Julio unique and what makes Don Julio maybe hated, why people don't really respect it. But I think for me, Don Julio is a very attractive brand of tequila. And tonight, for the very first time, I am going to be cracking open this bottle of Don Julio Última Reserva, which is their last reserve, their last harvest of agaves that was planted in 2006, and they created this extra añejo tequila, fully sealed, and we're gonna drink it tonight. So let's go ahead and get started. So Tequila Don Julio Gonzalez, he started Don Julio in 1942, as why you see 1942 on the bottle. A lot of people that come into my restaurant, they think of 1942, the most popular of their tequilas, as any of their renditions, because they see 1942 on the bottle, but 1942 is just the year that Don Julio was founded, that La Primavera, the distillery, was founded. So a little background on Don Julio Gonzalez. He was a farmhand, grew up extremely poor, but he was extremely passionate about wanting to create the world's best tequila. At about age 15, he age 17, working as a farmhand, he wasn't even of legal age to drink. He decided to double down. He took out a loan and he started Tequila Don Julio. He started La Primavera. But it wasn't until 1985 that Tequila Don Julio, the actual Don Julio tequila, was created by his son, Lalo. And now the tradition is carried on by his grandson, Tequila Lalo. We'll be talking about that one on the next episode. But I think with Don Julio, for me, why I appreciate Don Julio, it was kind of the pioneer of the luxury tequila world. At one point, it was the first luxury and expensive brand of tequila. And they're still putting out some high quality, high expensive, kind of opulent tequila productions. So if you guys have recognized, I think everybody recognizes 1942. This is the tequila that all of the clubs like to promote, all of the rappers like to flex, all of the celebrities like to, post up and do some pictures. It's a very elegant bottle. It's a tequila añejo. It's not overly powered by oak and vanillas. It still has a presence of agave. But again, a lot of those aficionados of tequila, those tequila connoisseurs, they don't really give a lot of respect to Don Julio because it's not confirmed additive free. So we have the Blanco in front of me, we have the Tequila Añejo, we have the Don Julio 1942. To my left, I wasn't able to restock the Primavera, but the Primavera is one of Don Julio's reposado tequilas that's aged in European oak with hints of macerated orange peels. So Don Julio believed that Tequila Reposado was tequila at its finest. So that's why, as we have paid homage to Don Julio Gonzalez, Tequila Don Julio has put out the production of Don Julio Primavera Reposado, and then now the newest product, Don Julio Rosado, which is a reposado tequila that's finished off in port wine casks from the northern Portugal region. Port wines that tend to be desserty, that tend to be rich, have influenced Tequila Don Julio Rosado to become a very exquisite, maybe non-agave forward expression, but again, that delivers very unique layers and nuances of tequila. So without further ado, tonight, like I said, first time cracking this bad boy up, Tequila Don Julio Última Reserva, the final family reserve, the final harvest. So I think this is gonna be a special moment for me. I've actually never even tried this, so I typically hold off to crack open bottles at my bar until we finally sell a pour of a tequila. I don't think anyone's taken a stab because this bottle retails close to about $500. I don't think anyone's wanted to take a stab at like a $160 shot of tequila. So I'm gonna go ahead and crack it open tonight, just with you guys. And like I said, I'm already a little tipsy, so I gotta pace myself. I really don't wanna rip and ruin this beautiful, elegant tag. I think I'm gonna keep it as a keepsake, as a memory of this moment. Última Reserva. Let's go ahead and peel this very carefully. Has the iconic Don Julio with his sombrero. Let's go ahead and just peel this right off. So the next time I set this up on my bar, it's gonna be open, it's gonna be poured, and maybe after it's open, so again, this little iconic Don Julio with the sombrero and then the insignia of Última Reserva. So maybe now that it's open, people are gonna take a stab. I'll actually be able to talk about it too. So I'll be able to talk about the notes. So, ooh, it smells very, very nice. So let's go ahead and pour it out. I don't want to overdo it because again, I think because I didn't eat today, well, I did eat, but not a lot. I don't want to get a little bit too crazy of the Don Julio Última Reserva. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into the full process of tasting. If you've never actually watched any of my previous videos or understood some of the videos that I've talked about on how to do a professional and well-executed tasting, the most important component, and I'm gonna really dive into it with you guys, the most important component is following all the different processes of the tasting, but the most important is gonna be your nose. But we like to start out with the body of the tequila. So we notice the legs that cling to the glass. We look at the body. It's got a nice golden color, not overly oaked, but it looks already very full-bodied, very viscous. On the nose, rich notes of caramel, some brown sugar, some spices, dried fruits and chocolate, but not a lot of agave present. So I think a lot of times when we're extra añejo, we're extra aging, a lot of those agave nuances are being lost. Extremely complex, and I can only imagine the velvety texture and the tannic forward and the complexity of this flavor profile. Saludcita. Absolutely tastes almost nothing like a tequila, but a very refined, well-aged, complex spirit, very brandy forward, rich notes of spices and fruits, chocolates. It's warm, it's velvety. So I used to drink the Don Julio Real, which was the previous extra añejo product that Don Julio was putting out. But I think this tops it. Again, a completely different approach on tequila. When we're talking about extra añejos, they're heavily oaked, so technically heavily additive forward, abocante forward from the oaking and the nuances that the barrels provide. Not confirmed additive free, so Don Julio, not confirmed additive free, but again, the value add of what Don Julio as a brand has brought to the tequila world with 1942, with the brand recognition. When people come into my bar, they want to drink Don Julio. Like I said, rappers and celebrities, they talk about it, they drink it. And Don Julio Última Reserva, although it might not be confirmed additive free or it might not hit all those check boxes that all the snobs want to talk about, I think for me, hey, if I'm drinking a $500 bottle of tequila, so be it. I'm gonna enjoy a $500 bottle of tequila. Additive free or not, I got a very expensive, rare, and unique tequila, Última Reserva, the final harvest of Don Julio at La Primavera. So if you get a chance to see a bottle and you have that money to just splurge and drop, go ahead and pick one of these up, because I don't know the last time that you'll be able to see this bottle or pick it up. And again, just the elegance of the bottle, just at your private bar, at your house, at your restaurant bar, this bottle is just completely iconic. Okay, amigos. Well, it's been a great time tonight. Like I said, I'm trying to pace myself. We got one more episode to roll. And like I said, on our next episode of Tequila Talks, we're gonna be drinking Tequila Lalo, which is a fairly new product. Tequila Lalo is an inspiration from the son and the grandson of Don Julio Gonzalez, Lalo Gonzalez, which was the son of Don Julio. The Tequila Lalo is an inspiration and an homage that pays homage to the family, to the tradition. Lalo Gonzalez is carrying that with Tequila Lalo, and they actually only produce Tequila Blanco because they believe that Tequila Blanco is the finest, most pure expression of the agave, and it should not be tainted with any oak, and it should not be tainted with any other process. Now, Tequila Lalo is confirmed additive-free, so if you don't completely agree with Don Julio's non-confirmed additive-free status, then Tequila Lalo is right up your alley. So please go ahead and leave a comment on this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the next video where we'll be drinking Tequila Lalo. And like I always say, shoot your shot and sip tequila. Saludcita.